My dear fellow listeners, good evening once again and welcome to another edition of Caribbean Space Radio. My name is MC Narine and of course, it is my pleasure to bring to you this weekly program. The whole idea of this program is to promote, entertain, educate, and also keep you informed. If you have any questions or comments for us, you can give us a call at 519-884-2567, 519-884-2567. Or for those of you who prefer, you can continue to email us your questions and comments at mcnarine@hotmail.com. If you listen to us for the very first time, keep in mind that there are three different ways to listen to us. You can listen to us on the regular dial, that's the radio, 102.7 CKMS FM. You can listen to us on Rogers Digital Cable 946, and of course, worldwide on the web, songfm.ca. We're going to be here up until 8:30. So we ask that you stay tuned for the entire program. My dear fellow listeners, for those of you who have just tuned in, you're listening to Caribbean Space Radio on 102.7 CKMS FM, and it's our pleasure to bring to you this weekly program. And again, for any sort of questions or comments, the number here is the same, 519-884-2567, 519-884-2567, or for those of you who prefer, you can continue to email us your questions and comments at mcnarine@hotmail.com. For those of you who have just tuned in, you're listening to Caribbean Spice Radio on 102.7 CKMS FM. and it's our pleasure to bring to you this weekly program. For any sort of questions or comments, the number here is the same, 519-884-2567, 519-884-2567. Or for those of you who prefer, you can continue to email us your questions and comments at mcnarine@hotmail.com. I want to take this opportunity very quickly to say hello to a few people. I would like to say hello to MC Drew. Thank you so much for taking the time to tune in to us. I would like to say hello to Sohail as well. Thank you so much, Shamir, and all of you, and for those of you who are taking the time to send us your feedback and so on. We always appreciate your time and feedback as well. And it's our pleasure to bring to you this weekly program. I'm hoping that you're able to hear clearly, because these are old songs, so sometimes it doesn't really come out clear on your end, but I'm hoping you're able to hear. Any sort of feedback will be great. You're listening to Caribbean Spice Radio, and it's our pleasure to bring to you this weekly program. My dear fellow listeners, just before we continue on, I would like to quickly say hello to Pamela. Thank you so much for taking the time to tune in to us, and we appreciate your feedback as well. I would like to say hello to Davey. Shamin, thank you as well for taking the time to tune in to us. And Joseph, And of course, we would like to definitely take this opportunity to wish Ethan a very happy 14th birthday. From all of us here at Caribbean Spice Radio, we'd like to join together and wish you a very happy birthday. And as I mentioned many times on this radio show here, that one of the reasons why people celebrate birthdays is because it gives the hope to experience a lot more in life. And so we hope that you're going to live a long, healthy, and successful life, and hope that you're going to enjoy good things in life as well. You're listening to Caribbean Spice Radio, and it's our pleasure to bring to you this weekly program. My dear fellow listeners, for those of you who are watching online, I do encourage you to say, take the time to say hello or something of that sort, so that way we can tell that you're watching. Again, you're listening to Caribbean Spice Radio on 102.7 CKMS FM, and it's our pleasure to bring to you this weekly program. But before I continue, I should very quickly say hello to Sherry. Thank you so much, and I noticed that we have my good friend Rajiv Sharma just tuned in as well. You're listening to Caribbean Spice Radio, and it's our pleasure to bring to you this weekly program. listeners, you have been listening some beautiful songs done by the very talented Joyce Ormla Harris, a talent out of Guyana. Some songs are really old, and that's one of the things we do here at Caribbean Spice Radio. Obviously, we bring you back, some of those old memories and so on. It was a request for us to feature some of her songs. For those of you who follow her along, and for those of you who can remember, she had performed right here in Kitchener a few years ago as well. And so I just thought we should take advantage to obviously fulfill that request. We do have another special birthday, I guess a birthday request coming along. I'm not sure if we are going to be able to play that particular song that was requested, but we'll be happy to make the announcement, and hopefully sometime, somewhere along, we are going to be able to fulfill that specific request. You're listening to Caribbean Spice Radio, and it's our pleasure to bring to you this weekly program. But before I continue, I should quickly take this opportunity to say hello to Pradeep. Thank you so much, Pradeep, for taking the time to tune in to us. I'd like to say hello to Kam as well. I didn't know that you're in Guyana right now. I hope that you're enjoying your time there. So thank you for taking the time to tune in to us all the way from Guyana. Again, you're listening to Caribbean Spice Radio, and it's our pleasure to bring to you this weekly program. And if you haven't tuned into us for the very first time, there are 3 different ways to listen to us. You can listen to us on the regular dial. That's the radio 102.7. You can listen to us on Rogers Digital Cable 946, and of course worldwide on the web, songfm.ca. And we are here every Sunday 7:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. My dear fellow listeners, once again you're listening to Caribbean Spice Radio on 102.7 CKMS FM, and it's our pleasure to bring to you this weekly program. At this time, I would like to take this opportunity to wish Dudnat Lutawan a very happy birthday. Birthday wishes coming to you from your wife Betty, your son Devo and family, your daughter Sharda and family, especially your 4 grandsons, Julian, Jonathan, Joshua, and Ashton. They all join together and wish you a very happy birthday. And of course, from all of us here at Caribbean Spice Radio, we'd like to join as well and wish you a very happy birthday.
Yo, 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 yo,
My dear fellow listeners, I would like to take this opportunity to say hello to Devika. Thank you so much, Devika, for taking the time to tune in to us. We definitely appreciate your time. I also like to give a special hello to Shanice as well. Thank you so much, Shanice, for taking the time to tune into Caribbean Spice Radio. Okay, you listen to us here on Caribbean Spice Radio on 102.7 CKMS FM. And it's our pleasure to bring to you this weekly program. For any sort of questions or comments, the number is the same, 519-884-2567. Or for those of you who prefer, you can continue to email us your questions and comments at mcnarine@hotmail.com. Please keep those comments coming. We do always appreciate that. Last week, I should mention, last week we received a tremendous amount of feedback and so on, and I have to tell you that those feedback definitely help us to make improve things for you. I know we have a variety of different listeners. Some people tune in specifically for the older tunes and so on. Some people tune in for the chutney and so on, and so we try to accommodate for all of that whenever we can. So whenever we can, I can assure you that we do accommodate for the requests. And sometimes we can, but we try to make up for it in future programs. So make sure you keep that in mind. My dear fellow listeners, I should remind you that if you have a song that you have done in the past or recently that you would like to feature in our show, just reach out to us. I'll be happy to kind of play that for you. If you have any local event and so on, we'll be happy to announce that for you as well too. So make sure you do that. You can do that through the email as well. mcnarine@hotmail.com. Anything local, we'll welcome. Local artists, new artists. So we'd like to obviously to give the opportunity to people to showcase their singing talent, so to speak, on the radio show here. So make sure you continue to send that to us, and we'll be happy to play it along. And speaking of local and young talent, we'll be featuring a beautiful song done by the very talented Shane, lives locally here in Kitchener, who performed at our Caribbean Dreams concert many times. You're listening to Caribbean Spice Radio, and it's our pleasure to bring to you this weekly program. My dear fellow listeners, don't forget to say hello or something of that sort, so that way I know that you're watching, so I can give a quick shout out. This is particularly for the people who are watching online on Facebook. That is, you're listening to Caribbean Spice Radio, and it's our pleasure to bring you this weekly program. And again, for any sort of questions or comments, the number here is the same: 519-884-2567. Or for those of you who prefer, you can continue to email us your questions and comments at mcnarine@hotmail.com. I would like to quickly say hello to Hema Das. That is, thank you so much for taking the time to tune into Caribbean Spice Radio. We really appreciate your time. My dear fellow listeners, once again I would like to take this opportunity to wish Dudnat Lutawan of New York City a very happy birthday. That's Dudnat Lutawan celebrated his birthday yesterday. Obviously, greetings definitely coming to you from all of us here at Caribbean Spice Radio, but also from your loving wife Betty, your son Devo and family, your daughter Sharda and family, especially your 4 grandsons, and they are Julian, Jonathan, Joshua, and Ashton. You all would like to join together and wish you a very happy birthday. And I mentioned it many times, and I'll mention it again. One of the reasons why people celebrate birthdays is because it gives the hope to experience a lot more in life, and I hope that you will live long, healthy, and successful life, and hopefully you are going to experience more good things in life as well. You're listening to Caribbean Spice Radio, and it's our pleasure to bring to you this weekly program. listeners. We will definitely get back to these chutney songs, but I would like to play this filmy tune done locally by our very own Sean, who lives here in Kitchener. And hopefully you're going to enjoy this. I played it before, but I like to feature the local talent here as well. You're listening to Caribbean Spice Radio, and it's our pleasure to bring to you this weekly program.
I am a disco dancer. I am a disco dancer. I am a disco dancer. जिंदगी मेरा गाना, मैं किसी का दीवाना। तो झूमो तो नाचो ओ मेरे साथो नाचो तो। I am a disco dancer. I am a disco dancer. ये लोग कहते थे तब तू गाता था जब मैं पाता नहीं था। ये कौन मेरे तो तब पीती थी जब मैं पाता नहीं था। लबों के मस्ती में मेरी जवानी में एक आस मेरी लबों की रवानी में। यहाँ मेरी यार, यहाँ मेरी गीत, यहाँ मेरी गीत। तो झूमो तो नाचो ओ मेरे साथो नाचो तो। I am a disco dancer. I am a disco dancer. I am a disco dancer. जिंदगी मेरा गाना, मैं किसी का दीवाना। तो झूमो तो नाचो ओ मेरे साथो नाचो तो। I am a disco dancer. I am a disco dancer. लोगों की हस्ती में सदियों के मस्ती है बेकार बाकी जवानी। ये प्यासी मिलती है ऐसी जवानी में कैसी मिली आजमानी। इस उम्र में क्यों ना मनमानी कर जाए, मस्ती की राहों में हद से गुजर जाए। जहाँ मेरी प्यार वही मेरी यार, ओ जाए मिसर। तो झूमो तो नाचो ओ मेरे साथो नाचो तो। I am a disco dancer. I am a disco dancer. I am a disco dancer. जिंदगी मेरा गाना, मैं किसी का दीवाना। तो झूमो तो नाचो ओ मेरे साथो नाचो तो। I am a disco dancer. I am a disco dancer. I am a disco dancer. I am a disco dancer.
And there you have it. That was the very talented Shane, a talent out of Kitchener here. And many of you have seen him perform at our Caribbean Dreams concert. So I thought it was appropriate for us to play one of his songs. You're listening to Caribbean Spice Radio, and it's our pleasure to bring to you this weekly program. Alright, it was actually a request for us to replay that for a few more seconds, so we did. You're listening to Caribbean Spice Radio, and it's our pleasure to bring to you this weekly program. We also have another request here. I know we wouldn't be able to fulfill all of the requests today, but I can assure you we are going to hopefully do that for you, next week or so. This one here, it's a national request and was done locally, and was also done by Shane. And so here is Shane once again. So enjoy.
Dum dum diga diga, mosam diga diga. Dum dum diga diga, mosam diga diga. Bittiya mein to jiya hay Allah. Surat aape ji subhan Allah, hay Allah. Surat aape ji subhan Allah. Dum dum diga diga, mosam diga diga. Bittiya mein to jiya hay Allah. Surat aape ji subhan Allah, hay Allah. Surat aape ji subhan Allah. तेरी अदा वाह वाह क्या बात है, अरे तेरी अदा, अरे तेरी अदा वाह वाह क्या बात है। अखियाँ झुकी झुकी बातें रुकी रुकी, अखियाँ झुकी झुकी बातें रुकी रुकी। देखो कोई आके लूट गया है अल्लाह। सूरत आप सुभान अल्लाह, है अल्लाह। सूरत आप सुभान अल्लाह। दम दम दिगा दिगा, मौसम दिगा दिगा। बिटिया में तो जिया है अल्लाह। सूरत आप सुभान अल्लाह, है अल्लाह। सूरत आप सुभान अल्लाह। सनम हम माना गरीब है, सनम हम, अरे सनम हम माना गरीब है। नसीब को तो सही बंदा छोटा सही, नसीब को तो सही बंदा छोटा सही। ये कसान है प्यार का, है अल्लाह। सूरत आप सुभान अल्लाह, है अल्लाह। सूरत आप सुभान अल्लाह। दम दम दिगा दिगा, मौसम दिगा दिगा। बिटिया में तो जिया है अल्लाह। सूरत आप सुभान अल्लाह, है अल्लाह। सूरत आप सुभान अल्लाह।
Alright, there you have it. That was the very talented Shane, a talent that lives locally right here in Kitchener, Ontario, Canada. And I just thought it was important for us to take that, play that another one as well too. because we have access to the song, so that makes it a little bit easier for us as well too. Many of you have seen him perform at the Caribbean Spice Radio, and one of the reasons why we do this radio show here is to promote the local and new artists as well too, and so that's one of the reasons we make sure we take the time to do so whenever we can. You're listening to Caribbean Spice Radio, and it's our pleasure to bring to you this weekly program. A quick reminder that there are 3 different ways to listen to us. You can listen to us locally in the radio, so if you're listening to us at home, listen to us in your car, wherever you are, we appreciate your time. For those of you who listen to us, on Rogers Digital Cable, we appreciate that as well. Or wherever you may be listening to us, we do appreciate that. And I would like to, before we continue on, I would like to quickly say hello to Daniel. Thank you so much, Daniel. I noticed you just tuned into us, and it looks like anytime you have the time, you make sure you tune into us. So we always appreciate that.
बाबू बाबू मैं चली बाबू बाबू मैं चली तो पीछे चले सजना बाबू बाबू मैं चली तो पीछे चले सजना मैंने फूल तोड़ा मैंने फूल तोड़ा मैंने फूल तोड़ा महक गया सजना गोल टोपी ओढ़े वो गोल टोपी ओढ़े महक गया सजना गोल टोपी ओढ़े पानी भरने मैं चली तो संगे चले सजना पानी भरने मैं चली तो संगे चले सजना पानी भरने मैं चली तो संगे चले सजना टूट गए कागर मटक गए सजना गोल टोपी ओढ़े वो गोल टोपी ओढ़े मटक गए सजना गोल टोपी ओढ़े रोटी बेले मैं चली तो संगे चले सजना रोटी बेले मैं चली तो संगे चले सजना टूट गए बेलन वो टूट गए बेलन और टूट गए बेलन मटक गए सजना गोल टोपी ओढ़े वो गोल टोपी ओढ़े मटक गए सजना गोल टोपी ओढ़े पूजा करने मैं चली तो संगे चले सजना 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 मैंने माथा टेका
My dear fellow listeners, don't forget to hit like or give us a quick comment or something of that sort. Just say hello or something of that kind. So that way we know that you listen to us. It's basically the screen that I'm looking at right now. If you were to say hello or hit like or anything of that kind, that way I can tell and I know that you are watching or listening to us. And that way I can also give a quick shout out. You're listening to Caribbean Spice Radio, and it's our pleasure to bring to you this weekly program. So now that a few of you like our video, that means I can see that you're watching clearly, at least on the screen that I'm looking at right now. So I would like to quickly say hello to Carolina. Thank you so much for taking the time to tune in to us. We really appreciate your time. I'd like to say hello to Rob as well. Thank you so much. I know Rob has a show after my show here, so he's on his way, that is. I also like to say hello to Dave Ramsaran, listening all the way from New York City. You're listening to Caribbean Spice Radio. It's our pleasure to bring to you this weekly program.
जीवन में एक बार सौ बसंत है, एक बार खिलता है फूल, बार बार बगिया में कोयल न बोलती, बार बार बगिया।
I would like to dedicate this one here to both of my parents, Milton and Golden. So enjoy.
जीवन काली घटा, लाज के पाट हटा, रिमझिम चूम लगी, देखो देखो उसकी घटा, रिमझिम चूम लगी, देखो देखो उसकी घटा, मधुर भरी ठंडी हवा चुप चुप हाथ में आ, कहती है प्रीत लगा, कहती है प्रीत लगा, आजा पिया आ, बार बार बगिया में कोयल न बोलती, बार बार बगिया में कोयल न बोलती, बार बार होती न भूल हो, जीवन में एक बार सौ बसंत है, एक बार खिलता है फूल, बार बार बगिया में कोयल न बोलती। भरी गजरे की धार चली, चितवन बान लिए छुप छुप वार करी, चितवन बान लिए छुप छुप वार करी, कलिया रूप सजी, प्यार की दुनिया बजी, झुम नाच रही, तन मन बान सजी, आजा पिया बार बार बगिया में कोयल न बोलती, बार बार बगिया में कोयल न बोलती।
My dear fellow listeners, I would like to quickly say hello to Pandit Sukhdev. Thank you so much for taking the time to tune in to us. As we are approaching the end of tonight's program, I would like to take this opportunity to thank you for tuning in to us. We do appreciate your time. Please remember to tune in to us again next week Sunday from 7:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Until next time, this is MC Narine wishing you a great today and even better tomorrow. Please stay tuned. Sound FM has a lot more in store for you.
जिनकी जानकी तुम हथिलायो वे तब से जो भाई
My dear fellow listeners, so that pretty much wraps it up for us tonight. So thank you so much again for your time. Please remember to join us next week Sunday from 7:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time.